am currently reading Whistler by Ann Patchett. At this point, it's about a few days after this. I'm a little over halfway through. I haven't finished it yet, but I'm really enjoying it. It is about this woman who runs into someone from her past in a museum, and it's a very quiet story. It's a very literary fiction. I'm really enjoying it. I don't mean this in a negative way at all, but Ann Patchett's writing is very simple, and again, that's not a bad thing at all. I actually really enjoy reading stuff like this, and I'm excited to pick up her other work. I do think that I can already tell this won't be a favorite of mine, because what I'm looking for in a book is on a syntax level. Like, to be a favorite book of mine, it needs to woo me on the sentence structure and the vocabulary. And this one is a bit more straightforward, and it's very human, and it's fantastic. And hopefully I will finish it soon. Hello. This setup is insane. You're literally on a box of Jane Austen books, barely hanging on. But I wanted to give a quick book haul, because I've gotten so many books recently, and a lot of books for free, because I work in publishing. So I'm very fortunate that I get free books. So I wanted to show you guys what I've got recently and things that are catching my eye. Okay, so I've actually never read this. Not sure I've said this on this channel specifically, but I'm actually getting my MFA in creative writing and poetry. And so when I tell people I've never read one of the most iconic epic poems, they're very shocked, and I am too. But my high school, we just didn't read this, and I specifically wanted Emily Wilson's translation, and I saw the movie. I know the story already. I already knew it, but really looking forward to reading it. While we are speaking about poetry, I got 2 new poetry collections. This is A Suit or a Suitcase by Maggie Smith. She's one of my favorite poets. I have her book, Dear Writer, and that book feels like a hug. It really invigorated me as a writer. It gave me such good practical advice. So very much a fan of Maggie Smith, and I'm excited to dive into it. The other one is called The Book of Alice by Diamond Ford. This one is specifically interesting. It says, Diamond draws bold parallels between biblical narratives and the lived experiences of those often relegated to the margins of history. The result is both a heartfelt elegy and a new sacred text. So this book, this poetry collection, is kind of broken up into sections, biblical related sections. It's all about the Bible, and I am actually working on my own poetry collection that has very similar themes, and so I wanted to check this out just to read from. I've never read from her before, but also just to find inspiration or get any of my creative juices flowing. Okay, so the next 2 are actually ones that I got when I went on a solo trip to the Catskills. I was there for 4 days, and all I did was read and write. I didn't write. I just read. And I went to coffee shops and bookstores, and it was lovely. Highly recommend taking yourself on a solo trip. But this first one is called Quantum Listening by Pauline Oliveros. Oh God, my awful pronunciations. This looked very interesting to me, not only because it's a cute tiny little book and I like this color, but also because she's basically saying, what is she saying? I'm just going to read the back of this. I'm learning I'm not great at summaries of books, I guess, which is not great for this channel, but I'm gonna get better at it. But okay, so it says, what is the difference between hearing and listening? Does sound have consciousness? Can you imagine listening beyond the edge of your own imagination? So that just sounds fascinating to me, and it's a quick read. I am also a musician, and so I'm very interested in how sound and music, I guess, are in relationship with the other parts of ourselves. So the next one is God is Dead by sorry, very different vibe. Frederick, oh no, guys, I'm so bad. I can't pronounce things. But that's who wrote it. I'm so sorry. This is a classic. I've been wanting to read it for forever. So also a bit of more like research on my own thing I'm working on, but I'm also just interested in the topic. Next book I got is Stoner by John Williams. I feel like this book goes viral like every 6 months. It most recently went viral when Hudson Williams posted that he read it on his story and loved it. So obviously I went and bought it. No, but I've been wanting to read this for a really long time. It just made me kind of bite the bullet. I've heard people describe this book as like quiet but powerful. It's a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. I don't know why I thought this was a short book, but excited. This next book, Angel Down by Daniel Kraus, where I work, Simon & Schuster, published this, and it actually won the Pulitzer a few months ago, and so we obviously were all thrilled, and I picked it up from work. It's basically like, well, first of all, the form is very interesting. It's one sentence, and I say that because like I think when you say like one sentence, it sort of like communicates that there's no break in a paragraph, but that's not true. It's like this. It's almost like vignettes. But there is no punctuation, or there's no periods or question marks or anything like that. The explanation of it sounds so enticing, and honestly, I don't know anything about this book. I've just heard amazing things, and it won the Pulitzer. But it says, an immersive cinematic novel about 5 World War I soldiers who stumble upon a fallen angel that could hold the key to ending the war. Okay, cool. This next book is also from work. It's called Lazar. Also heard amazing things about it. And yeah, this was definitely a cover select for me. Beautiful cover. I'm a sucker for this. And it was also reviewed by Patti Smith. So this is a multi-generational family story, which is its own like subcategory in reading that I think so many of us love. Yeah. Some of my favorite books are that genre. I'm specifically thinking of A Tree Grows in Brooklyn, which is right here. This is actually my favorite shelf on my bookshelf. So those are all my favorite books, if you were wondering. Okay, this next book is called An Apprenticeship or the Book of Pleasures by Clarice Lispector. I mean, she's iconic. This book is super beloved, and I've been wanting to read it forever. This is a very controversial book. Like, some people absolutely hate it, some people love it. It's a very like human experience book. It talks about philosophy and love and sexual love and the difference between love and sexual love, and is there a difference, and yada yada yada. So excited to dive into that. Okay, I only have 2 more books left. The next one is this chunker, East of Eden by John Steinbeck. I've never read it. Again, a classic that I'm surprised I've never read, but we know that the movie's coming out soon, so I was like, okay, I finally have to get to it. I need to read it, and I want to read it. I think it's going to be a favorite because, again, it's a family dynamic, large, multi-generational book, and I just think I'm going to love it. Okay, so this last book I also got from work. It is called Anxiety Land by Gemma Coral. It's also a chunker. I think it's a chunker because, though, it's basically a graphic novel. And I mean, the title kind of speaks for itself. It's kind of like an insight into someone's brain with anxiety, but documented as sort of an amusement park. It's very much like Inside Out literature. I love this art style. I think it's so cute. And so I'm excited to read this and feel inevitably very seen by this. Okay, so I think this is where I'm gonna stop the entire video because it was kind of a mishmash of two separate videos because I like filmed. I thought I had gotten more footage of me reading Whistler by Ann Patchett, but I didn't, so whatever. But thank you guys for watching, and I hope I'll see you again soon. Bye.